Greetings, citizens of the world. So what does it mean to be green or an environmentalist? Technically, it should be something that nobody's against. You have to be an idiot to be against it. Now, a lot of people say, reduce, reuse, recycle. But what the heart of being an environmentalist is actually sustainability. That is true environmentalism right there. Is looking what we do in our economy, in our lives, in the purchasing and the buying of products and services, is that it's sustainable. Sustainability is the key. If anybody had two brain cells to rub together, they realize that petroleum and other coal products and natural gas, these things are finite resources. So we shouldn't base our economy that requires these elements, because one day they will go away, and we need to be ready for that transition. We need to be ready to have a world without oil, a world that we don't need to burn dead plants in order to have power, in order to have society as we know it now. So it's very well capable of environmentalism of being taken to an extreme, and there's extremists in all ideologies, in anything you can basically put pen to paper. There's an extremist with someone with an extremist view about that. So I'm going to talk about ways that every citizen can use to basically make their lives better, to make the future a brighter hope. So what are the evidences about that we are destroying our planet? Well, according to a joint EPA and FDA survey, nearly a quarter to a third of lakes and rivers in the United States have levels of mercury that will make your fish unedible. And the source they found on this, 87%, that is a significant amount, comes from our coal-burning power plants. So not only they are not sustainable because they will consume a resource that will eventually go away, they're not sustainable because they leave a mess for everyone. They leave a mess for our children, and they negatively impact everyone's health. So what else are we doing? Well, as it turns out, in our oceans, 60% to 90%? 90% of all our big fish are gone in the oceans. And the oceans are getting more acidic, and so coral reefs are having trouble growing or coming back from damage. And our oceans, as out in the Pacific, there is now a cyclone, a trash garbage cyclone out just north of Hawaii that's just filled with plastics and stuff that just makes it to the oceans. And there's horrible garbage issues about this. There's horrible problems that will come about this. Most of it's plastic. Plastic will never go away. It just breaks down into smaller pieces. So we need to understand about what we do about this issue. Animals and species, they are now going extinct at a faster rate than what a normal background rate would be. So to think that we are on this planet and we're handling it in a sustainable and responsible way, I will have to say no way. So people who just take this global warming issue and just think that's the only issue, I mean, that's both Al Gore and the global swindle people both got it wrong. That's not what environmentalism is about. That's just one particular issue. And so if we're gonna, bicker about whether or not the global warming is caused by man-made activity, That's like you know, talking about you got a flat tire in your car, but you think if you just fix your flat tire, the seized up engine block is not going to give you a problem. And so that just misses the point. We have to look at the whole problem. These are just one of the things that we live our lives, and it may have an effect on the future. It may have an effect on people we may never know, but may suffer because of our choices. So that's the evidence, and it's irrefutable. We do have an effect on this planet. And we need to think about what steps are we going to take in the future about this. What can we do? So stay tuned.